Hey guys, so I know I haven't been making videos as much as I did in the past, but that's not to say that I'm not totally thinking about you and thinking about the videos that I need to make, because there are so many things I wonder about. And I say I wonder because basically I use this channel to discuss concepts and for you guys to help me figure things out. And I'm actually working on a really big video right now where I've got to do tons of research, which I'm doing because I want to get your guys' take and opinion on it. But I'm showing this is part of my community section, and I post a lot of funny to dorky to weird things in my community section, so if you haven't checked that out, feel free. I always, of course, welcome your observational comments on that, but this, of course, is something that had to do with a website that I used to use in the research of some of my Mandela effects videos. Well, at least one or two. And come to find out that the Beatles never existed, apparently never existed. Well, it doesn't exist anymore, and I think it's totally fitting now, of course, that you've got the movie Yesterday that's come out, which I still haven't seen yet, but I totally want to. And so I thought it was fitting, like in a timely fashion, that the Beatles never existed, and still doesn't exist. And it's funny too, because I can't find the video in which I reference the Beatles never existed, but I do remember in making that video that it was quite the journey, quite the mental, psychological journey. In any case, just know that I'm working on a video that, like, I feel like I can't do enough research on this video, but just know that it is coming out, and I hope y'all are having a great day, and I look forward to your comments on this video, and that's about all. Peace out. Enjoy. Oh, I just love this. So, I'm going to tell you about some Mandela effect memory type stuff, like some more casual type personal stuff while we watch. Because why not? It's a fun thing to watch. And I discovered it in my daily memories on Facebook the other day, and I had sort of a Mandela effect within the memory. Oh my god, he almost tripped on the toilet seat cover. That was so funny. But in any case, so when I was looking at my Mandela effect memory, my Mandela, it may come to that eventually at some point, not my Mandela effect memories the other day, but my Facebook memories the other day. It's so funny, because in my yearly memories, it's like, I'll remember most things I post and most things I answer, but it's getting to the point now where some of my Facebook memories, I don't remember things I posted or answered. And this is the first year I've really ever noticed that phenomenon. So that's really weird. But under this video, my best friend from high school said, oh yeah, we had a cat that did that once. And my best friend from high school went to Harvard. And I distinctly remember that she had a cat named Winston when she went to Harvard. And I can't remember, I think it was her roommate's cat, but I could swear she had said that that cat knew how to use the toilet. And it was a gray cat named Winston. So when she said this, I wrote underneath, was it Winston? And she goes, no, Marmalade. But Marmalade, the same color as this cat, was her cat in high school. And I love that cat. He was like a fat orange cat, and so much like my cat Oscar right now. But I don't remember this at all about her cat using a toilet. And this is back in the 80s. I mean, if a cat used a toilet in the 80s, let alone now, that would have been a thing of great myth the town over. Crowds and throngs would have gathered to watch the cat do its business. But no, I don't remember this at all. I mean, it would have been one of those things where I could swear I would be over at her house. Like, I slept over at her house all the time. And to me, that would be one of those things where if that had been the case, if her cat had been toilet trained, not only would I know about it, but I would have watched that cat use the restroom. And now we go back. It's like one of those addictive cat videos you can't not watch. My quote for this, I think I already told you guys, my quote for this is, now this I find mesmerizing. I do. And it hasn't changed. It's kind of calming and soothing. It's like kitty visual ASMR. Now this I find mesmerizing. Ooh. I'm an old Jewish man. All of a sudden, look, she almost tripped on the thing. He almost tripped on the thing. But anyway, so that was so strange. It's like, I always remember hearing about a cat in college that was toilet trained, not a cat in high school. Again, and I went over to her house all the time, so I'm just so confused, because in the 80s almost nobody really, that would have been a new thing that we were all talking about, cats using a toilet. But anyway, if you guys know, if you guys have a cat and you remember when you first trained it, that would be really, really interesting for me to know. Other than that, I've had a couple more sort of missed memories that I can't really account for. My mom recently just told me, like, I thought this whole time that my mom and dad both had high blood pressure, and like this had been a situation for years. And my mom told me, no, your dad doesn't have high blood pressure, that's just me. And I'm like, oh my god, that was weird. And then one of my best friends, for the longest time I thought she was Jordanian, like half Jordanian, but she's not, she's half Palestinian, which is so weird. Like, I thought she was half Jordanian all this time, but she's not. And another one of my friends who I thought was Muslim actually told me she's a Christian, and that was weird too. Like, just one day she goes, because I go, thank Jesus, like, I'm just talking to myself, and she goes, oh yes, I always thank Jesus. And I'm just like, what? And then she goes into this whole diatribe about how, oh yeah, you know, I'm Christian, you didn't know that? So that was pretty funny. And then the only other shifty thing that I've been noticing is people, like, I work in customer service, and like I have people that I'm responsible for, so sometimes I have to call them back. So I'll call people back thinking that they had an American accent the last time I talked to them, and it turns out they have a German accent. There have been like a couple people I've dealt with like that this week. But of course that still doesn't beat the story, and I'm going to repeat the story again because it's still so weird and I still have no accounting for it, of this woman who called me the morning of a ticket on sale day for a performing arts organization. And so she called me and she left a message, and she goes, can you call me and sell me tickets? Well, I didn't have time that day to sell her tickets, so I wasn't able to call her then. But then I called her the next day, or I talked with her the next day, and she goes, oh, thank you for calling me the other day. And I'm like, I didn't call you. And she goes, well, somebody named Jennifer called me and sold me tickets, but I'm the only Jennifer in my department. Now, there's a satellite office that answers calls when our office gets too busy, and it handles overflow, but all it does is answer basic questions. It doesn't do outbound calls or call anybody to assist them further. If it gets a call from somebody else, it'll forward it to us. So I still have no idea who this Jennifer was that called her, and like, we can see who sells people tickets in our system, and I do see that the initial is first name J, but the last name is someone I don't recognize at all, so I'm gonna have to check that out. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, man, but the whole using the toilet for a cat, that would be a Weekly World News event story that we would have engaged in high school. In any case, guys, I just want to share that with you. Sometimes we have to share the funny and personal Mandela effects or unaccounted for memories. And of course, if you have any of your own, let me know. And that's about all. Peace out.